Good morning, it's October 9th, 2018, Site Plan Review Committee meeting. Members present today are myself, Frank Stringy, City Planner, Paul Cheevers, Deputy Fire Chief, Paul Argenzio, Superintendent of Public Works, Mark Locke, Plumbing Inspector. On his way is Ben DeCristoforo, Building Inspector. The first item on the agenda is we'll take up 151 VFW Parkway.
Morning. I told you representing the applicant. We have completed the special permit application that was approved. We also completed the Board of Appeals variance with regard to the number of buildings on a single lot. These are copies of the recorded variance and special permit.
Thank you.
I have one for the building inspector too, if anybody else needs one. Yep. Okay. One of the requirements under the special permit is that we come back with a plan designating the landscaping plan. We also have a full set of building plans for the community development that we can leave here.
Landscaping's on the top.
The first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Richard Westcott from VHB, the site engineers. These are the plans that are in the building inspector's office. But this is the landscaping plan.
Okay.
And what you're looking at may be more developed than things you may have seen in the past. This is now a fully developed landscaping plan. As you know, the project is cut out of the existing pavement. So other than these two, these are existing treed islands. Other than that, in these trees, there's no landscaping, it's all parking. And so the site is carved out of that pavement. There's the building with access and planting around the building. This is the drive-through ATM. And there's planting in this strip here and columns for the ATM roof. And then we added an island of planting that wasn't there before, just to create a logic to that aisle so that it didn't become lost. The plants are all identified, quantities.
So how many trees were being removed and how many trees are being installed?
Okay, yeah, good question. No trees are being removed. And trees are, I think it's just 3 trees. These pear trees.
Darker color, 1, 2,
Yeah,
and 3.
the big are trees. The rest are shrubs, ground cover, flowering grasses that are all described in here. We got some junipers, so you know they're larger, beefier.
Is there an irrigation system in this?
No, we're not planning irrigation for it.
Is that the official address, 171?
I think that's the name of the area.
I believe the official address is 150.
151.
This building's gonna have its own address, confirm that with the engineer, please.
I think
151's the plaza, this has to have its own address.
Yeah.
And this does have an address of 151, 151. No?
That's the same as the plaza.
No,
Well, then this has 171.
that's what I'm asking, so that is.
Okay, yes,
okay,
okay,
I'm sorry.
yes, I'm sorry for not having that in the top of my head. But yeah, it does have an official address of 171.
Okay, some of the other items we asked for was traffic control for the traffic islands and
Yeah, the,
traffic aisles. We
Yep.
have a new reorganization of traffic flow.
you can, the existing, well, it's on some other sheets, easier
Yeah.
to see, but the existing parking aisles remain the same. This is a clearly defined access aisle that goes across the front and around the back. These are parking for the bank and the tenant, not the bank, the credit union. This is the drive-through. I think you can see that clearer.
You have a traffic circulation plan?
We don't have a circulation plan per se. This shows it as clearly as anything else. We have arrows, striped arrows to make it clear that it's 2 ways, that's 1 way. I think these are These are two-way, I mean, they just function that way as it is. This is obviously, this is two-way, the same way it is across the front in the existing condition.
Okay. So we need do not enter sign here.
I think we have signs, see architectural plans. Yeah, the architectural plans are on my computer, but, we do have, that would be the do not enter sign. We have a sign here, again, what the sign is, this sign would be ATM. They coordinated with the architectural plan because the architects made nice images of the signs.
All right. You're going to come in separately for signage on the building? Will be an attached sign? Or we have a,
I
I
believe,
think it'll be
Standing
attached,
accessory,
yeah.
yeah.
And they understand that that's still an
Yeah.
application that they need to make.
Okay.
yeah, it's already
Separately.
shown as
Yeah.
this is an eave, and that there's a sign on the eave of the building.
As far as walkways around the site, is this concrete walk? No, that's the landscape area.
Yeah, that's the landscape area. These are accesses to the back of the buildings, accesses into the front. The walkway around is the same as the parking lot. There's really no reason for somebody to go from the front to the back. The only thing in the back is the ATM, which you would have driven to.
So your main entrance is here, you get secondary egress here.
Yeah, that's,
Secondary
yeah,
egress is where
exactly.
it is.
Secondary egress on this one,
Is that an iron right here?
yeah, they're there.
There's the iron right there.
Yep, that's the secondary egress there. This is actually into the mechanical room.
Do you have architectural elevations of the building?
I don't have them printed, I can put
They're
them
on.
up on my computer,
E-permitting?
but they are on file. Full architectural plans and elevation, structural plans, and plumbing plans.
Okay, do you have a utility plan showing sewer water service?
That's drainage,
Yeah.
roof drainage.
You know by chance where the closest hydrant is?
On the island, right up
But it's
there.
on the island, okay.
It's two on the island.
Yeah, so water supply is off the main that goes around the shopping center. And we're bringing in a 4-inch line in, and splitting it off to the two tenants. So that's the water supply. Sewer is, we have existing sewer across the site here, so we're tying into that sewer with a Y across the back. We're coming out of the back with two services out the back so that the credit union and tenant, if they ever have a problem with backups or whatever, they're on separate connections.
2 4-inch services off that main.
Yep. Cable TV and electric, well, cable TV and gas are in the side and into the utility rooms. And electric is from the overhead pole mounted transformer and then into the mechanical room in the back of the building.
Okay. So they have copies of the recorded, these are
Yep.
recorded copies?
Yes, those are copies that show the recordings.
Okay.
A lot of the conditions are already in.
Yeah, I didn't do the conservation, but they did go through and complete that as well.
Yeah, that was.
You submitted online, Joe, right?
For site plan,
No, not for site plan, for building permit.
I didn't do it myself.
It's submitted
It-
on.
Yeah,
it's
I know it's
submitted,
on,
right? Yeah,
because I think
that's
that's
what
what
came from
generated
the
us
site plan,
having
yeah.
to come back. There was a.
Yeah,
And all
the
the documentation's
Yes.
uploaded.
Everything's,
That would have been by the project managers, construction managers, which are in Missouri,
Okay.
but they manage a lot of things like that, so
Yeah.
they would have filed in those architectural plans and documents.
Are uploaded.
So
Who's the construction manager?
It's through New Ground Development. I don't know what their name is on here.
But they
it's
have
in the
local
file.
representatives.
They have a local representative, and they're going to have, they've interviewed some people, we're gonna have a local construction manager. I think somebody who was working in New Hampshire is not gonna come down here. I don't try to keep track of the names, but there will be,
As long as they're licensed in the state of Massachusetts.
yeah.
Alright, so in my review comments that I gave back in August, I said that someone needs to contact me to sit down for a plan review. The engineer said that they're not willing to do that I'm not doing a FaceTime thing. So if someone's gonna come in my office and go through the plans with me, if it's
Interesting.
gonna
Okay.
be the construction supervisor, then it's that.
Okay, so that probably would have been the architect who's out in Missouri who said,
Yeah.
I'm not coming out. Well, that's
Yeah,
really
so,
very good answer. Yeah. Okay. Okay, we will get that. All right.
Okay, so addressing fire department's comments and the city engineer's comments. Other than that, a site plan review letter will be issued to re-permitting. Who's ever on the email will be yourself and.
Yeah, I'll get it to
the
you.
architect. Okay.
Yeah, no, should be just.
Are there any other questions? Good, all set?
These could stay, yeah?
Yeah, I need
These could stay, yeah?
I need a hard copy.
Okay, those are yours.
Yeah,
Good?
Excellent.
okay.
All right, thank you, guys.
Old project.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing.
Yep.
So the city council put in there, this project is subject to the Community Improvement Trust Fund because the whole project was a special permit.
I think that was on the special permit.
It's on the special permit,
Yeah.
so as long as the owners are aware of that,
I'll make sure
that'll be
of that.
have to be calculated with the building inspector once the final construction costs have been determined.
I'll watch for your letter and I'll make sure they
Yeah.
coordinate with the fire inspector and the contribution.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure. You take this?
I have one. Next site plan is for 27 North Ave. 27 North Ave. 46 Acadia Street. 27 North Ave, here? Okay.
No, this is Acadia, I believe, 27.
Are you here for North Ave or Arcadia Street?
Arcadia Street.
Okay. 46 Arcadia.
I brought a lot of plot. What we have is a two-family dwelling. I apologize, I had a hard time downloading it.
That's all you have?
Yeah, we have a plot plan of what we'd like to do is, we were wondering, one of the lots non-conforming to put a second story above. I know going back here to have addition, we're real close to the property line at only 3 feet, but we're willing to kick it over if it's like a 10-foot away from the property line.
This is an existing two-family?
This existing two-family, yes.
Have you gone through the archives and have it checked as
Yeah.
conforming?
Oh,
Legal occupancy for a two-family?
I do have certificate of occupancy that shows that it's a two-family. Do you
Okay.
need to see that?
If you have.
Oh, I have it.
Yeah, that's important. So the plan is to go directly above the
We
existing?
would like to try and go above, but we know we're 2 feet, so we're too close, so if we can move it over to wherever the setback would be for this side, we're willing to do that on the second level.
Yeah, well, you would need 5 feet on that side.
Okay.
You have the 10 on that side.
Yeah, and then we were trying to put another addition off to the back as well.
But
And I don't know if we've got, I don't know what the back, the rear setback is.
Yeah, it's 20 feet.
20 feet? Okay. So I'll have the engineer scale out the 20 feet and see what
Yeah,
I'm
you
left
may need a
over with.
variance for that. If you're coming out in the front, you're just gonna follow the existing,
We're gonna follow existing
Wall.
footprint, right?
yeah, okay. All right,
I'm trying to stay away from doing, having a special permit or a variance. In that
So-
case, we'll tailor make.
So what do you have right now?
We
have
have,
a picture of the existing house, one story, single story?
That's new.
it's, what it is, it's a two-story, and the first story is slab on grade, all right? And then so the thought was to leave that as a basement and put a second level above, because we're in the floodplain.
Yeah. You're in a 100-year floodplain, so
Yeah.
it's gonna,
How big is the lot?
only 3,200 square feet.
Yeah. That may kick in, that may be over 2.5 stories.
It's, problem is, this may be substantial renovation, which requires compliance with the floodplain zoning ordinance and having your first floor raised above the 100-year floodplain, and as well as all your utilities.
Yeah.
So that could change. That could be quite expensive,
Right.
raising the structure up.
But
Going to
what we were
conservation
talking about
commission.
doing is just having that second floor one, leaving that lower level as just a
But,
basement.
yeah, but if the cost of that work is more than 50%
Oh, I
of
see,
the
yeah.
assessed, of the value, raised value of the property, then that triggers substantial
I see.
renovations.
So if this first level right here, so ground level would be just parking,
Yes.
okay? But that could be okay. You still have to file a notice of intent through conservation, but that may meet their requirements. But the then issue is that you're gonna exceed a 2.5-story structure. You then have 3 stories.
This is habitable area.
Yeah, but they're gonna remove that and make it now on the second floor, Frank. This is gonna be now parking.
Oh, down below.
I don't think you,
Oh,
no,
Yeah,
don't say
no,
that.
no, that'll remain.
That'll
That'll
Oh, okay.
remain, just going up the second floor.
Oh, okay, oh, I thought you changed, I thought you were gonna.
Is that
So it'll be 3
Yes,
stories.
it is.
Oh, yeah, it would be 3 stories, yeah, and you would then be a violation of the habitable space below base flood elevation.
How about this one, if we just didn't go above and then just added an addition off the back within the required setbacks, could we still do that?
You would still have to add just an addition in the back.
Yeah, just an
You
addition.
would still have to file a notice of intent with conservation, and you'd have to make sure your construction value does not exceed 50% of the value of the structure alone.
Well, I see.
You
So
have to-
even
you
if
have
you're
to do
gonna,
the math.
so if we're just gonna say, all right, we'll just remodel what's there because it's a two-family, we can remodel it because the building's falling apart, dilapidated.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then the foundation part of that's messed up, so
Yeah.
as opposed to knocking it down.
Huh? Is it, okay, yeah, so there's an order to correct on that? Okay, yeah, this is the one, right?
I
Yes,
do.
we do.
Okay. So, yeah, so right now it's on the safe housing task force list, and there's a order to correct on it.
I don't know what that means.
So, did you get a letter from an attorney in regards to this property?
Recently?
How long have you owned the property?
Since September 7th.
Okay, yeah, so it might be the prior owners that were notified, I'm not quite sure, we'd have to check the dates. But yes, there is an order relative to the safety of the building that is to be brought up to code.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's basically what we want to do, is we want to
Yep,
remodel the
yep,
whole thing.
okay.
So we're fine in doing that, it's just the second question comes into, is that addition off the back would kick it to,
Yeah.
because it
Yes,
would probably be over the 50%.
Right, see what,
Yes.
yeah.
yes, it would be.
I get
It
you,
would, so, yeah, your flood resistant construction codes would kick in.
right.
If I may, from my recall of the condition of the house, it's gonna be at 50% if they touch it.
Yeah, I did not walk it, yeah, you walked it,
It was bad.
so it could, yeah.
So either way, it's gonna be a 50%.
It's almost a tear down and going for a special permit to reconstruct a non-conforming structure.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
To add everything you want, but bring
Yeah.
everything above base flood elevation,
Yeah,
basically
do it
bring it
right.
into conformance,
Mhm.
which is probably the smart move. But you would have to evaluate that.
Yeah, because we're trying to stay away from going through that process, just remodeling it,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But you're saying that we can't.
I have not, I was not one of the inspectors that walked it, but Deputy Cheevers did, and he feels it's substantial,
You had,
possibly could hit that.
major
Most likely will.
leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna-
Issues electrical, so all that's gonna have to be completely redone.
That's, I
Yeah,
anticipated
That
that,
we
yeah.
anticipated.
So about all you're saving is the frame, you know, at that
Out to the frame, yeah.
Foundation potential.
So that work alone is gonna kick you into substantial rehab,
Yeah.
which is gonna require you to flood-proof the whole structure, elevate that first floor level and utilities above the base flood elevation.
You may want to explore the option of reconstructing everything and going to the ZBA for a special permit.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
So when you say elevate the first floor structure, so if it's the garage under, that needs to be elevated?
No.
No. So the
Habitable
garage-
area
Yeah,
has to be
habitable
elevated.
area. So basically, it meet your needs. So the first floor above the garage would be habitable, and then the second floor above that would be habitable.
So the
Because
issue
it's
you
gonna-
have
And then you
right,
create parking.
so the issue you have right now is in the front there, you have that garage door, but that was a living space with.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, so that living space would have to become non-livable space.
and that's what I would like to do. But you're saying because it's now gonna be 3 stories, it requires some other...
Well, we can wrap everything up into the special permit
Okay,
through the ZBA. So you can in essence get what you want, but you'd have to bring your habitable space above the base flood elevation. So you'd be in conformance everywhere.
okay, that's,
And then would the special permit also cover, we were so close to the property line?
Yes,
Every
it
3
it
feet?
would encompass everything, yes, yep, yep.
So the important part of all your mechanical, because the mechanical is behind that on the slide door, all
Right.
that has to be above too.
Yeah.
So that
like 3
even,
feet or something, like just off the ground.
well, I'll let them speak, but it has to be above.
It
the
depends
flood
where
elevation.
the base flood elevation is in that
Right.
area.
Yeah, that's my understanding.
Yeah, so that, it may
Pretty
be
much where
the
we're
best route, correct.
So
It's just, I mean, there's some time involved,
In getting the,
special permit.
correct. Designing what you want, what you'd like to see, and then going for the relief.
okay,
Yeah, there's been a zoning amendment that now allows up to 3 stories in the 100-year floodplain.
Isn't it over 6,000 square foot?
No,
Oh, it's not.
as long as there's a garage under.
Oh, okay.
So if there's a garage under, the garage constitutes a story. You could have 2 stories above that.
So you can have 2 stories above that. On the garage under, if it's just enough parking for 2 cars, and they're gonna be apartments, that's not any kind of rule that we have to have 2 per car or anything
You
like that?
have an existing occupancy right now.
Okay.
That's valid. So you can maintain that use.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you maximize the parking on the lot, that would be a
Yeah.
benefit, I think, to you.
So technically, right now, I mean, there's 4 spots anyway.
Yeah.
Right,
There's
they do have
in the
4 now.
garage,
Right.
that's an overhang, so the
You would have
garage is
4.
4.
Yeah,
Oh, and then 2 on the
And
side.
this side would be uninhabitable, this would be crushed stone,
yeah.
and utilities would be raised above that.
Benny, the apartment, you realize was a little.
Yes.
Yeah, that would,
But now, with the
Come out.
reconstruction of it, you would,
everything's,
So everything's gonna be upstairs, pull the roof off, put another apartment above that,
Yeah.
and garage is below.
so
And then,
explore those options, maybe do some design, conceptual designs, and come back, yeah.
And
So-
then, just the last question is, on the stairs and everything going up to that second level of right now on the property line, that special permit will cover that as well?
Yeah, we would, it would encompass everything,
Okay.
yeah,
So that whole sort of footprint,
yep.
okay. Okay.
So, quick question, so would they have to break out the slab on the first floor? And fill that with
Yeah,
concrete?
yeah, you would probably, most likely would have to, that would all be covered in your order conditions through conservation.
Okay.
just
So you'd
keep
have
that-
to have it,
So basically, the foundation comes up and...
yeah, you'd have to have an extended foundation wall,
yes,
and, which you don't have now.
Right, that's why I brought that.
Yeah.
up.
Oh, I
So
got
when
you,
you're out
yeah,
there
yeah.
looking at it, realize that slab's gotta come out, and wherever your
Yeah.
foundation walls are, they gotta come out. So I think that's a block wall. if I
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, it is a block wall, and
So you're
you
gonna
know,
lose
if
some
you...
of that
yeah.
stability.
When
So
you
if
look at it
think
all,
about you'll take
it may
It's
be
almost like a take down and then start...
maybe more
start new.
cost-effective to tear it down and
Exactly.
build it right.
Okay.
Okay?
So, do we receive a letter on to move forward, or?
No, you come back with plans, which you know
yeah,
to
do
do.
some conceptual drawings and then come back and we would give you a rejection letter, then you would go before.
Oh, okay, so you guys do
You-
the rejection
you
letter,
could-
not the
yeah.
building inspector?
Correct, yeah.
Okay. Be back
Good luck.
next Tuesday.
so
Thanks,
no
guys.
rejection letter, but knowing that we're gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Okay, just
I-
wanna make sure.
You go to the ZBA and they make the
Yeah, I would think,
determination.
yeah, they would make the determination, but bringing everything into conformance would probably most likely be a benefit to the area.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this too, while we're going through the process where the building's so dilapidated and fallen down, and like a hazard, can we get some kind of demolition permit to at least clear some of that stuff out of there? in the
Sure can.
Interior?
Yep, you
At least
absolutely
and
can.
shore up the,
Yep, you absolutely could. Yep.
so do I
Just
just go
apply
directly
online.
to the building inspector?
Apply right online.
Apply online?
Apply online.
Is it demo permit?
Yep.
Oh, and that's a separate line item, because I didn't see it.
Yeah, there's the interior so go under a building permit, then put selective interior demolition.
Okay,
Awesome.
Okay, and I'll pay attention to that.
okay, all right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay, site plan review is 27 North Ave here. No? We have 265 Rice Ave.
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. So Frank,
I'll be Hugo Rizzuto, 261 Rice Ave.
yeah, so basically the site plan review letter just expired, Frank. If we
Okay.
did come before site plan, we can,
That's correct.
yeah.
There's been no changes to the plans.
This is what I plan to build there. It's a single-family, 2.5-story, 4,500 square foot home. Okay. All these documents I have here, basically I submitted with your office and I submitted with the site plan review.
So there's been no architectural changes, no
No.
changes to the,
I just want to quickly take
dimension
a
of the building.
second and go over them
Sure.
so that you make sure that you have everything that you need. And I want to address some of the items on the letter, the original letter. The sidewalk bond, by the way, I went to DPW, building department, I went all over the place. Nobody seems to know how much the bond is. Do you know? 10,000.
Yeah.
Good, at least now we know. The bond, I'd like to, as far as conditions, I'm not gonna do the lateral work right now. So I'd like to, as a condition, I'd like to have it before I do any sidewalk work, put the bond at that time instead of putting it now and then not using it until a year or so down the line. Is that okay?
You need to have a bond on file to get the permit.
To get the building permit. And I was asking if it's possible to put the bond later on as opposed to, prior to, well, I was thinking prior to
occupancy.
doing any work on the street or the sidewalk, if that's okay, yeah, all right.
So
So like
Paul, as
that-
long as you sign off and keep
Yeah,
track
so I
of
don't
it.
have to get the bond now, and I won't do the work till a year and a half later and so on, okay? The letter of intent with the conservation, I have the conservation, again, all this has been filed. I have the conservation, which has been recorded, and also the next item is the sewer connection to the city. We're not gonna be doing any sewer work right now. Parking allowed in the front yard, the parking is actually in the back. Is the architectural drawings.
yeah, that's standard language that 40% of the front yard has to be landscaped and no parking is allowed within the front yard,
That's correct.
which you comply with.
Yeah, the parking is actually underneath and in the back.
Yeah,
There's a driveway that comes up the side over here, turn around and goes in underneath on that side there, okay? So that's the issue with the parking, the plan stamped by the fire department. I have a copy of the plans here for the fire department, and these plans include all of the, I've kind of highlighted all the smoke alarm locations, okay? I'm gonna give these to you, if you can review them and approve them, or whatever changes you need, we'll make changes.
So this, I can take them, but you just come by my office, 8 to 10,
Sure,
3:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
Thursday.
okay, and your office is at the main station here?
Yeah, at the back door.
In the back,
Yeah,
okay.
in the back.
All right.
It'll either be myself or Lieutenant Leary.
Okay, shall I come by tomorrow, or,
If you want.
okay,
Shouldn't take long
All right.
to do that.
sounds good, thank you. So that's a fire, 2.5 stories, the grading shall not run off to any abutting properties, which will not. Foundation is gonna be filed, everything has been filed already. The parking we talked about, elevation certificate, that'll come at the end. Certificate with the conservation of compliance will come at the end, and an affidavit signed that the property was created before 1994. I think that was done by Larry when we last met, and then this year obviously expired. I do have, again, the variance is over here. I have an extension. I filed the HERS report, that you also have that. I also sent you a copy of the geotech report. You should have a copy of it on your line. This is the plot plan. The plot plan was done by Peter Blaisdell.
That was all filed.
This is all filed with his office.
Now, your variance extension, when was that issued?
That was issued June 26th. I have until January 26th, and we hope to do some work.
2018 was issued.
Huh?
2018.
2018, that's correct. So it expires January 26, 2019, it expires. Okay. And all we have to do basically is what? Just get a building permit?
Full permit.
Yeah,
That'll have to be.
okay. This is the affidavit for the workman's comp.
Yep.
I'm going to be acting as the GC. Everybody that I hire will have their own insurance and their own workman's comp. Okay? And what else we got here? This is the electrical and the utilities, which I gave a copy to the fire department there, and you have a copy which has been filed. This is the structural from CBI, and these are all the structural plans from them. And I also have a letter of control document. Basically, they're going to oversee, I don't think you, I might have filed this, I'm not sure, but I'll give you a copy of this. Basically, CBI is going to oversee the construction and, you know, sure, you can keep that, yeah, okay. Again, all of this, you should have this there, and the architectural, which you guys already have. So I hope that I can get a permit soon, so that I'd like to break ground if I can before winter. If not, then certainly in the spring, we'd like to break ground. And if there's anything else you need, you know, just let me know. I'd like to move this process along. It's taken me almost 2 years to get all these ducks
So
in.
you got a site plan review letter emailed to the permitting.
Okay.
Site plan review letter, basically the same items on there. So
Okay.
with that, you can proceed.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it, and I'll swing by tomorrow for that. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. I want to get going on this because it's been far too long. My wife is on my case. She says, when are you going to stop building? Soon. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Are you all together? What address is this for? Okay. It's 83 Bennington, is that what you said? Yeah. Okay, 83 Bennington Street. What, 20 units? 22.
And we received our conditions a little while ago from you, and so we have some of those items.
Yeah. We had met on a couple of issues, the screening for the garage. Yeah. One. Fencing.
So, as far as the architectural is concerned, we updated the screening on the front of the building as discussed previously. So we call for a 6-foot PVC fence along the side, decorative fence. We screened these parking areas with planters all along the front, as previously discussed. I think those were the two methods that we talked about, screening at least the parking area. So fencing on this side, fencing on this property line, and then the separate raised planters to screen the front of the parking as well as as decorative on the front of the building.
Right.
Yeah, there's room here, right, for the fencing and.
Yep. Yep.
Do they need a buffer zone, Frank?
Yeah,
Or is that up on the
you got the variance. Do you have a recorded copy of the variance with you? And when was that
I
issued?
don't have a records filed.
Let me make sure that's still valid.
It's valid
Active.
until October 26th.
Okay. I think those were the remaining items that we wanted to address. Do you have a building elevation plan that shows that?
Yeah. Is the address 83 or 85?
It's filed as 83.
It's 83.
We gotta change it around to say 83.
Yeah, we got that. We are in the process. We'll resend that Dropbox file to you today.
Okay. So what material are we doing here? Is this brick
Yeah.
and
Red brick in between, metal panel.
metal panel? These bump out, or the brick?
The brick is set back. These two bump out, and this is at the same plane as the brick. So you have two bays right here.
Yeah.
So how many units?
22.
So I just saw your second floor plan that showed 6, so what do we have, 6, 6, 6, and then?
Yeah, it's 6, 6, and then I believe it's 5 and 5 at the top two floors. There's slightly larger units on the right side.
Up a little, okay.
Yeah.
Has the engineering department reviewed the sewer and water?
We are still finalizing the site plan and the drainage.
Okay.
That'll be 1 to 2 weeks.
This is on a sewer injection system, force main, that has to be installed, correct?
It's a force main, Frank?
Yeah, force main all the way up to the floor.
I have the plan.
Let me go back to my notes on the water, sewer. That's why I wish Joe Mag was here today. What do you show for water coming in, where you tapping into
Is it-
Bennington Street? Or is-
There's an 8-inch water main going down the road. There's also a 12, 16, and 20-inch MWRA lines. going
Yeah,
down.
the city's 8-inch tying into, and your service lines, fire and domestic, off that or what?
4-inch water service and a 6-inch fire service.
You haven't reviewed these plans yet, have you?
I actually asked him to give me a Dropbox, so I can look at it through there.
Yeah, because I'm not sure if we need another hydrant there in location.
I'm not sure. I think there is a hydrant in front of this possible. There is, right?
There is.
Yeah, so I think he's all set there, unless he's gonna relocate it or anything or something.
Yeah.
So I'll look at flow data.
And we'll resend that Dropbox file with the correct dates today.
Yeah, I'll look at it,
Yeah.
just.
No, that's, yeah.
Yeah, just, I'll respond back to you. Set us down.
Okay, sure thing.
I can't recall, did you receive a preliminary site plan review letter already?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is for final, okay.
One of the items you had was the rooftop mechanical
Yeah.
unit. So that's at least updated.
Okay.
So I can at least respond with all the stuff that you
Oh, good.
had outlined and then
So
what
let's
we
do
were
that,
able to do
let's go
today.
through those.
What was that issue, screening?
It was limited visibility.
Yeah, setback from.
So these are our unit locations. We do have a parapet wall On the front, that's approximately 3 feet up off of the roof level, and on the sides of 1.5 feet. So none of this equipment at its height would be visible anywhere from the street.
What other items there?
The bond, so the bond, we have it ready to sign.
Okay.
We just need to bind it. The variance was added to the Dropbox, or to the, application online. The sewer connection, water connection, permit that they're working on right now. Do you wanna talk a little bit about the engineering, cause that's the only area that we're behind, everything else we accomplished.
Yeah, you have to bring those up to speed with the city engineer, have him review those, as well as the fire department review the plans, so.
Yeah, we've been in touch with Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, we have the proposed two duplex grinder pump station with a 2-inch force main going into the existing sewer manhole
Yeah.
on the street. And then for drainage, our plan is to keep most of the storm runoff on site and re-infiltrate with infiltration chambers underneath the building.
Okay. That's all, you have an order of conditions from the Concom, correct?
We still have to file with
You
Concom.
still haven't filed yet, okay.
And that's our largest issue to date, is we're trying to get, some level of a conditional, approval from them. They've been really flexible about, talking to us and being willing to meet with us a little early, since they only have it once a month and we have the October 26th date.
Yeah.
So we're working through what's needed to get the conditional, but it's looking very positive. The stamped, fire department plans that needs to be done, the hydrant flow tests.
They're in the process of trying to schedule it, our MEP engineers.
So that hasn't been done yet?
No. They were scheduling it as of 2 weeks ago, but I don't think they've done the dates.
So as far as the sit-down review, I need that information. That's
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely.
So,
Is it possible, if we have the fire stamp and the hydrant test, should we do it on a Tuesday, or can we meet with you independently, just to go through those items?
no, yeah, independently, absolutely.
The conservation, which he's working on right now, the mitigation fee is ready, we have half the check ready to go. PDC, we just went through, concrete
That's
sidewalks.
for soil mitigation, correct?
Yes. Concrete sidewalks with granite curbing, just the basic design included in the engineering plans, those are being worked on. Same thing with the drain and sewer. Building design, we just went through, for the landscaping, the rooftop, mechanicals. The only item that people were not completely clear on, whether there was already written out regulations that we had to follow for the TDM, which is the Transportation
Demand Management
Is
Plan.
that online, or I couldn't find anybody to give me guidance there?
No, we outlined conditions that you have to include in a TDM plan.
Yeah, and most of it was stuff for after. You know, things that need to be done, but like off-street parking, as long,
That was
off-street
part of
parking should
the,
be limited.
part of
to
the
lease
lease agreement,
agreements.
yeah.
Exactly, so those
Yeah.
agreements are being created
Yeah.
right now.
yeah.
But nothing that was gonna.
You have
hold anything
bicycle
up.
storage or anything like that, accommodations.
We have it within just the parking spot, right?
Yeah, I think we actually double check. I don't think there was designated space for it, but we do have space within that garage area.
Okay, so it's basically a plan that you sign, submitted to on e-permitting, transportation demand management. These are the measures that we will enforce for
Okay.
TDM.
Okay.
Also, the Mass Highway owns Bennington Street, so you need to get a curb cut from Mass DOT.
Okay. Capital Improvement Trust, we have that available in the point.
You have to establish a square footage cost and determine the percentage, what it's gonna be, based on parking and FAR.
Okay. I read 17.47, just did the math on it, based on the formula they gave you.
Okay.
Elevation certificate, That's being worked on, for conservation, and then the rest, runoff is being worked right now through
Yeah.
the engineers. And then the rest is for occupancy, once it's done. So our biggest issue is just the civil engineering, which we hope to have done in the next 10 days,
Yep, okay.
all of that completed.
All right. Thanks for the update on that. I don't believe I have to issue a new letter, because that is on, you got that online, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But is that a conditional site plan review letter, or?
I don't know, can I see that? Was that,
this
or was
is,
that your
this
own?
was mine, this was mine to organize everything.
Your own notes, okay. I'll check and see if it was preliminary. I think it might have been a final. We just had to go over some of these items to finalize
Yep.
the plan.
Okay, well, I can just send an update so that you know what's
Yeah.
coming and pending and what's been
Good.
completed and should be completed.
Okay. Other than that, meet with the fire department and the city engineer and get your Concom stuff in order.
Yeah, as soon as they have it, they'll update it, and I'll set up a meeting for them to come in as well.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a few things.
Okay.
Okay, sure thing. And, yeah, part of the landscaping plan includes planting, I don't know if I itemized how many, planting of trees within the sidewalk in the front.
We didn't itemize it.
That's the chivin in there.
So don't really give me an update about locks until he does the field test, because he's gonna have that to.
Sure thing.
To the
Yep.
fire protection.
As soon as he gets that, I'll resend it.
It just says landscaping.
It doesn't indicate.
How
all right,
many?
Let me take a look at that. So typically within the grass strip, when you reconstruct the sidewalk, if you don't have a grass strip, that within the sidewalk, that there'd be every 15 feet, 2.5-inch caliper tree.
Okay.
And we either then go on tiny locust or chanticleer pear or ash. Okay? But I'll be more specific with that
Okay,
online.
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've been in contact with our attorney, Corey.
Yep.
today.
Yep.
And so what we're aiming to do is get a conditional approval.
So-
Right?
Deal with the city engineer, fire department, they're gonna have to sign off condition.
Okay, city engineer.
City engineer.
And that's why he asked for that.
City engineer. Fire
Okay, that concludes site plan review committee meeting for
department.
October 9th, 2018.